I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Welcome to another episode of Untold Royal Secrets. This is your royal boy, Ben, back again, and today we need to have a serious chat about what's going down in Montecito. You know I always keep it real with you, and today's story is absolutely wild. Let me tell you what's happening with our favorite attention-seeking duo. Remember when I told you about the concerns over Princess Diana's ring? Well, buckle up, because this situation has gotten even messier. We're hearing some absolutely shocking reports about Meghan's financial dealings. If these rumors are true, it's worse than we thought. Let's start with what we know. Our fame-hungry former royal apparently thought she could maintain her lavish lifestyle forever without consequences. But here's where it gets interesting. Word on the street is that she's been taking questionable loans from some even more questionable people. And guess who's now caught up in this mess? That's right, our formerly beloved Prince Harry, who seems to have lost all sense of reality since meeting his Hollywood handler. Now let's talk about what's happening in their supposedly perfect Montecito paradise. 8 criminal incidents, a kidnapping, a burned car with a body inside. This isn't exactly the peaceful haven they promised Harry when they fled the royal family's protection, is it? Compare this to Catherine and William's well-organized, properly secured life of actual service to the people. The contrast is staggering. Speaking of security, isn't it ironic? They left Britain claiming they needed more security, only to end up in a situation where they can't even visit a farmer's market without a full security detail and a trained dog. Remember when Harry was suing the Home Office over security concerns? Well, it looks like he jumped from the frying pan into the fire. And here's what really gets me. They're apparently panicking but trying to keep it discreet. Since when has anything they've done been discreet? This is the same couple who gave an opera interview, starred in a Netflix series, and released a tell-all book attacking the royal family. The same couple who can't seem to go a week without leaking something to the press about how hard their privileged life is. Let's be real here. If Meghan has indeed taken loans from shady characters, what did she expect? That her royal title would somehow protect her from having to pay them back? This is the real world, not some fairy tale where you can just marry a prince and all your problems disappear. Although, let's be honest, she seems to have turned Harry's fairy tale into quite the nightmare. You know what really breaks my heart? Watching Harry, once such a beloved figure, reduced to this. Remember the old Harry, the soldier, the prince who created the Invictus Games. The young man who carried on his mother's legacy with such grace. Now he's just following Meghan around California, jumping at shadows, while his family continues their dignified work back home. Speaking of home, Catherine and William are out there making real change, working tirelessly for the British people, and raising their children with proper values. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan are essentially under house arrest in their massive mansion. The irony would be hilarious if it wasn't so sad. Think about it. They left Britain claiming they wanted privacy and security, but ended up in a place where they are potentially targets for criminal gangs. They left the royal family's security apparatus for what? To live in fear in Montecito? Make it make sense. Let's talk about that farmer's market situation for a moment. Meghan needs a full security detail just to buy organic vegetables. Meanwhile, Catherine manages to do normal things with her children while maintaining appropriate security measures. It's almost like one of these women understands how to balance security with reality, while the other lives in a paranoid fantasy world of her own making. And where is Archewell in all this? Remember when they were going to change the world with their foundation? Instead, we are hearing about questionable loans and security threats. It's like everything they touch turns into drama. While William and Catherine are out there actually making a difference with their early childhood initiatives and environmental work, these two seem to generate headlines about their latest crisis. The timing is interesting, isn't it? Just as the working royals are achieving amazing things, King Charles with his environmental initiatives, Queen Camilla with her literacy programs, William and Catherine with their mental health work, suddenly there's another Harry and Meghan crisis. It's like clockwork. Here's the audacity of it all. They wanted independence, they got it. They wanted to make their own money, fine. But now it seems like they are learning the hard way that maintaining a Hollywood lifestyle isn't as easy as they thought. Maybe if they'd spent less time attacking the royal family and more time building something substantial, they wouldn't be in this mess. And about those loans, if these rumors are true, it shows such poor judgment. What were they thinking at? Did they really believe they could just keep spending without consequences? The contrast with how the working royals handle their finances couldn't be starker. Everything above board, everything properly managed. When you're actually working and contributing to society, you tend to have better financial sense. This is still developing, and I'll keep you updated on every twist and turn. But let me tell you, this could be their biggest crisis yet. Unlike their other crises, this one isn't about a perceived slight or a misunderstood protocol. This is real-world danger. The contrast between their current situation and what they left behind couldn't be starker. While the working royals continue their duties with dignity and purpose, these two are essentially living in a gilded cage of their own making. It would be almost comical if it weren't so tragic. Before I wrap this up, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Do you think the rumors about the loans are true? What do you make of the security concerns? Most importantly, do you think they regret their decision to leave the protection of the royal family? Share your thoughts below. Meanwhile, let's continue supporting our working royals who serve with grace and commitment. William, Catherine, King Charles, and Queen Camilla show us what real duty and service look like. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on the latest royal news and drama. Trust me, with these two, there's always more to come. Until next time, stay royal, my friends, and stay safe, something we all seem to need these days. The situation feels ironic. While contributing to society with a sense of duty leads to stability and better financial sense, their chosen path seems to have brought more chaos than peace. Remember when Tyler Perry offered them a place to stay and security after they fled to America? Now they are facing security threats in their neighborhood, a grim reminder of how history can repeat itself with potentially dangerous consequences. What happened to all the Hollywood friends who welcomed them to California? The silence is deafening now that trouble has arisen. In contrast, the royal family maintains dignity and silence even as this circus continues. The police investigation into potential targeting is a serious matter. This is no longer tabloid fodder, but real-world consequences of questionable choices. And yet, what public commitments are they fulfilling? When was the last time either of them undertook something truly meaningful? William and Catherine meet world leaders and support impactful causes, while these two remain essentially trapped in their mansion, hesitant to leave even for basic errands. The tragedy is that none of this was inevitable. They had everything: the royal family's support, the British people's affection, and a platform to enact change. Instead, they chose a path of ongoing drama, ending up as potential targets for criminals. It's fascinating how quiet they've become. Usually, every issue results in a documentary or a book deal, but now there's silence. Imagine being their neighbors, buying a multi-million-dollar property for peace, only to find yourself adjacent to a crime drama. What's truly concerning is the impact on their children. Assuming Archie and Lilibet do exist, what environment are they growing up in? Their parents face real dangers, while William and Catherine's children enjoy stability, structure, and proper security. The contrast is striking, and what about their claims of wanting privacy for their children? Living in fear of gangs hardly aligns with that promise. Meanwhile, the Wales children manage to lead relatively normal lives despite being heirs to the throne. So what's the end game? Will they admit their choices were misguided? Returning to Britain after burning so many bridges seems implausible, but if they did, it would be humiliating. After all the accusations, interviews, books, and deals, admitting the grass wasn't greener would be a bitter pill. This situation underscores an important truth: actions have consequences. You can't burn bridges, make reckless decisions, and expect everything to turn out fine. The real world doesn't work that way, no matter how many times you call yourself a duchess. This unfolding crisis might be their most significant, yet not a matter of misunderstandings or tabloid rumors, but genuine danger. The contrast between their current life and what they left behind is stark. Let's continue to support the working royals, who exemplify dignity and grace in the face of challenges. Stay safe and stay informed, as there's undoubtedly more to come.